You're listening to the 49 Carats Podcast, a 49ers Goldmine production with Stephanie Sanchez.
What's going on, everyone, and welcome to another edition of the 49 Carats Podcast. I am your host, Steph, and I'm going to do this episode solo dolo, but it's a very exciting episode, as all episodes are, because I'm going to be announcing the winner of the Trey Lance jersey giveaway. So we are going to do that today. I have all the names ready to go, and we're going to pick the winner. But before we do that, this is going to be a short episode, short and sweet. Before I announce the giveaway winner, I just wanted to, run through a couple of things. First, if you're not subscribed, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Make sure you like this video. Comment and ask questions. All right. This is an open discussion, and we're going to talk a little bit about rookie minicamp really quick before we go into this Trey Lance jersey giveaway announcing the winner. So, rookie minicamp, it has come and it's gone. Felt like there was a lot of talk on that first day when media was there, and kind of died down from there. The one thing that we could gather, Connor Weddington, wide receiver, he was cut, or he was waived. He was on the team's practice squad last year, former Stanford player. The 49ers brought him as an undrafted free agent last season, so he's out of the picture now. I believe another team picked him up. But they waived him to make room for the other undrafted free agent signings, which they now made official. Another point of news there. 49ers waived undrafted free agent tight end Garrett Walton, and they ended up signing one of their tryout players, tight end Troy Fumagalli. So, props to Fumagalli for beating out an undrafted free agent signing that they had brought in. And a lot of people were interested in Calvin Turner Jr. What happened to him? I know a lot of 49er fans, looking at the list of trial players, that was one name that they were very interested in. And, I don't know. They haven't signed him, so I haven't heard anything on that front. And, he also attended Ravens minicamp prior to the 49ers minicamp. So the Ravens didn't sign him either. So who knows? I don't know how he looked. But obviously we'd be interested in Calvin Turner Jr. possibly joining the 49ers. But the 49ers are at 90 players at this moment. So if they did bring in Calvin Turner Jr., if they signed him, they would have to waive someone else. So you can understand, why maybe that is an unlikely move at this time. But who's out there? Max Borghi. Max Borghi, running back. He just got waived by the Colts. I liked him in the pre-draft process. He's like a Christian McCaffrey light or something like that. Like, he just has some of the same skills. I don't know. He'd be exciting on the 49ers. But anyway, that's rookie minicamp is come and gone. OTAs start next week, May 23rd. OTAs stand for Organized Team Practice. So we're going to get all of the team together, but no live contact is permitted. You guys might recall last season, Diamador Lenore, he got a little handsy. He got a little physical on an interception that he got at OTAs, and the 49ers ended up getting fined for that. I don't know if you guys remember that, but yeah, no live contact is permitted, whatever that means. Just don't get too handsy, don't get too physical. But the 49ers, or any team that's doing OTAs, they can do 7-on-7, 11-on-11. And let's just remember, when reports on OTAs come out, those drills, 7-on-7 and 11-on-11s, for the most part, they favor the offense. So let's just keep that in mind. Let's not get too crazy. But okay, I see some of you guys in the comments. Shout out to you. Kayeth, I did get your entry. So you were the final entry that I allowed. After that, I didn't accept any new entries. If anyone has tried to enter after I started this live. I'm sorry, like you have missed the deadline. And I'll be announcing the winner here shortly. Shout out Zach. What's up, Zach? I love you too. Jason, what's up, Jason? Guys, like I appreciate you guys you know, subscribing, and I'm going to have a lot more new content, new giveaways. So, hey, if you guys don't win this giveaway, stay subscribed cuz I'm going to be having a lot of subscriber only giveaways coming soon. Sam asked the question, what UDFAs do you think have a chance to make the final roster? That's a very good question. Actually, me and Chris had a episode about this. If you look at my former episodes, we talked about this at length. But basically, I'll just say I think Donovan West is a prime candidate to stick around with the team. I also think Jason Poe. Let's not forget some of these undrafted free agents, if the 49ers really like them, they're going to try to swing away to keep them around. And usually the way that they can do that sneakily is by, if they get hurt, there's a mystery injury or of some sort, and they keep them on the pup list or the NFI list for the season, pretty much redshirt them. And, it keeps that player safe and, they stick around. So that could be a possibility this season. Who knows? But yeah, early UDFAs that I like, Donovan West, Jason Poe. I also feel like linebackers, if you look at what the 49ers have done with their linebackers, in particular undrafted ones, Azeez Al-Shaair is probably the best example I can give. They do some good work with their linebackers, so I would keep an eye on the linebacker that they had. I'm spacing on his name at the moment, but he to me is definitely an option. I think they have two undrafted linebackers. One of them is McCrary Ball, who's really good, just been riddled by injuries, and again, I'm forgetting the other dude's name. Oh yeah, and Zach Leon O'Neal. That's another one. I mean, I know 49er fans are huge fans of Leon O'Neal, so we got to keep the hive going, I guess. That's another good name, definitely. Oh, and Jordan Mason. Jordan Mason is another good possibility. Again, we look at what the 49ers have done historically with undrafted free agent running backs. Jordan Mason, he has some good potential. Grant Cohn had some nice things to say about him as well. You guys know Grant keeps it real, so definitely possible that he sticks around as well. He's someone who I really like. Okay, dude, before I talk about this giveaway, that's going to be the final thing in this episode, so stick around. But like this video, by the way, like this video. But before we get to the giveaway winner, what is up with all these people talking about Trey Lance isn't ready? Why do we get there's yet another person who said pretty much the same thing that we've been hearing from like multiple outlets at this point, that Trey Lance is not ready. One of the most prominent people, I think, was Joe Montana, who said it earlier in the offseason. And then Ryan Harris. This is the most recent report that we heard about today, that Ryan Harris, he's a former NFL offensive lineman, retired now. I'm going to be honest with you, I didn't know who that was. But he said, he was asked, by the way, he was on CBS Sports. He was asked who has better infrastructure around him, Trey Lance or Justin Fields. So he could have just said, the truth. He could have just said Trey Lance, because if we're talking about who has the best team around him, it's obviously Trey Lance. But no, he had to go and give some other type of answer. So I got the quote right here. He said, "From players I've talked to and coaches I've talked to who are at the 49ers, Trey Lance is really leaving a lot to be desired in terms of the fitness of his arm, whether or not he can digest the playbook and can really start to process the game at a high level." Hmm. That's interesting. That's interesting. I recall when Montana said something very similar about Trey Lance. He also said players and coaches I've talked to. So I'm wondering, whoever is telling you this stuff, he's like, just make sure to say it was from players and coaches. Just make sure you say that. I don't know. I just got this like something's not adding up. First of all, this is like the second time that we've heard people say that his arm or things about his arm strength leaving things to be desired, or he's underwhelming with his arm strength. That is just bogus. That is one of the most that's one of his strong points. That's the thing he's best at, I think. One of the things he's best at. So, to say that, I think is ridiculous, and to me it's a little fishy. Something's just not right. If someone said this about Trey Lance at some point last season, I'd have been like, okay, like he's not ready. Okay, fine. But the fact that we're hearing about it now, one full season sitting on the bench under his belt, and he hasn't even had the chance. He hasn't even had the chance to, be the unquestioned starter of this team. He hasn't had the chance to even go through a full off season in the NFL. And people are saying this about him, like it doesn't make sense. Something is not adding up. I mean, people talk about how similar Trey Lance is to Josh Allen, and in the sense that Josh Allen, when he came out, he was very raw, but he had the traits, he had those physical athletic tools. So raw, super athletic, needs time to grow. Josh Allen, it took Josh Allen 3 seasons, I would say, like 3 seasons to really come into his own in the NFL. Granted, the Bills also needed time to build around him and build that roster to get him to that point as well. But I think my point here is Trey Lance needs time. And one season of him being on the bench and just learning, that's not enough to make any kind of judgment as to what he may look like, as a starter. Give him a full off season. Like what are we doing? Like let him let him play. Like let's see what he looks like in training camp. And let's not forget, even training camp can't be like a huge indication of things. Training camp is a great place to make mistakes and learn. So that's why sometimes you hear a lot about quarterbacks throwing a lot of interceptions in training camp, because that's really when you want to get them off. Like if you're going to make mistakes, make them in training camp and all that stuff preseason when it doesn't matter. But just let him play. Let him play before we, go into these, super ridiculous proclamations about what he's going to be. So I'm not worried about any of this talk. I'm just hoping it doesn't get to his head. I mean, this dude hasn't even got the chance to be a starting quarterback in the NFL yet. And just the things that people have said about him, it's crazy. It's crazy. So I hope he has thick skin. I'm sure he does. But yeah, man, it's just been absolutely wild. All right, I'm gonna read a couple of these comments really quick. Oh, is Kyle in here? Oh, what's up, Kyle? Yeah, they need something to write about. You're exactly right, Zach. Um, this we got to remember. This is the dead season of the off season. Like the off season has like little pockets where there's a lot going on, and right now, after the rush of rookie minicamp and the schedule release, like there's literally like nothing really to talk about right now. So yes, you make a great point. I mean, people need something to talk about, especially these media outlets, these networks that they talk about sports all day. I can't imagine you know feeling the need, like, oh my God, like we already talked about everything. What do we do now? You make some shit up, So yeah, great point. Um, Lance is ready for sure. I agree. I mean, even if he's not ready, we got to give him the time to get ready, right? So all quarterbacks go through some groin pains. So yeah, I'm gonna just leave it at that. I'm not worried about Trey Lance in the slightest. All right, now is the time to talk about the giveaway. Oh my God. Okay, so really quickly, I just want to show you guys. I want to show you guys some. So I got it right here. I got it in a box ready to go. Okay, I want to show you guys so you guys know I'm not, it's in the wrapper. This is literally the wrapper it came in. I didn't even take it out of this. So it's in the wrapper. You can see the tag right there. Tag in there. Okay, this is legit. This is authentic. Real jerseys only. And again, I'm going to be doing other giveaways too. So just remember that. If you don't win this one, there's always a chance to win others. I might as well tell you guys now that my next giveaway is going to be a Frank Gore signed jersey. Okay. So again, if you don't win this one, there's always next time. All right. So it's going in the box ready for whoever wins. I just need the winner's address. So let's go ahead and pick the winner. I'm going to share my screen because this is what I did. So let me show you guys. All right. So I am on wheelsofnames.com. Okay. So this is what I use to pick the winner randomly for these giveaways. So what you see here is literally a wheel of all of the entries. So we got 88 people who entered. All right. And so some of you, I'm going to just scroll through this. Make sure the name is here. Most of you entered via Twitter. I got one entry from Instagram as well. So there aren't any duplicate usernames here. And again, if you want to double check my work, check it after this video airs. But all right, let's see who won. We got Niners analyst from Twitter. Congratulations, you have won the Trey Lance jersey giveaway for a men's large Trey Lance jersey. Congrats to the rest of you. Like I said, if you guys did not win, you're going to want to stay subscribed and, stay tuned for other giveaways because I got many more on the way. I'm trying to get 2,000 followers by the end of training camp. So you guys who subscribed as part of this have helped me out greatly. And, great content is coming on the way too. So it's a win-win, really. So there's our winner, people. All right. And again, stay tuned for, yes, Joey, what's up? Yes, you did win. So I'm gonna hit you up on Twitter to get your address and everything, and I'll send it to you ASAP. All right. But yes, thank you so much to everyone. Thanks so much to everyone that tuned in and also subscribed. I hope you guys have a great week and great weekend. Go Dubs. Let's go. Peace.